I just spent the afternoon, about an hour at the Okera Farm, and I took the opportunity just to talk candidly with him. He got done milking, and he gets up, he milks at 2, and at 2 a.m., 2 cows. That's what he's milking right now, 2 cows. And basically he gets about 15 liters milk, 10 to 15 liters of milk per cow, so that's about 30 liters a day. I talked to him. I asked him, basically, I'm trying to think where I want to start with the conversation. I guess, he got his first farm when he was 23 years old. And he 0.3 hectare. And he is 65 now, and he's grown the farm to 5 hectares. It's funny, I asked him, does he have a website, and hold on, I'm plugging in my power here. And he's, I'm not interested. I said, web, I'm not interested. He's not interested in web. He said, I'm not interested in growing. And it's like so counterproductive to everything as an entrepreneur, right? And it isn't. And he explained it to me. He says, I only need, in order to have everything I need, I only need 50 families supporting this farm. 50 families. That's it. And I said, well, how many families do you have? He said, oh, about 80. He goes, I don't need, he goes, basically, I don't want to advertise. I don't want to be popular. I don't want to grow anymore. I'm at where I'm at. And I have enough money, I have enough, work. So I asked him, I said, well, what's your goals? What's your goals in the next 5 years? Well, he explained, in 5 years, I want to quit milking. I don't blame him. He gets up at 2 in the morning. He wants someone to take over. I said, well, who's going to take over? Your son? Your son-in-law? He says, I don't know. Someone said, maybe I'll take over. He says, I don't know, maybe. He said, I don't know who it's going to be, but someone's going to take over in 5 years. And I said, well, then what do you want to do? He said, well, I've got this other land on the other side that I want to develop into a farm, into blueberries or whatever, right? And I want to have that there developed for someone to take over. And I don't know who that's going to be either. So, I'm going to keep doing this as long as I can. And it's so, his attitude is exactly, even though it went against my paradigm, and it made me realize that my paradigm still is this growth paradigm. I'm still trying to wean myself out of this growth paradigm. Grow, marketing, customer, money, right? It's not about that anymore. And this guy didn't need to understand the big crisis or the end of collapse of growth or anything else, or he didn't need to, he doesn't know about any of this stuff, right? He just knows what is needed, right? For himself, for his family. And I was like, well, Facebook, I have no need for Facebook. And, I have no need for the internet, or I have no need for marketing. Because, see, we are churning out, tens of thousands of people built on a growth paradigm. All the startups is built on this exponential function. paradigm. And it's this exponential function paradigm that is ultimately destroying the world. And he understands, I just need, so there is no growth. There is no exponential growth to Okera Farm. There's no desire to grow the business. Because there's no need to. He is pretty much self-sufficient. So it was really a great talk. I wish I could have recorded it, but you know, I should have asked him. I was not nervous. I didn't want to impose, and I'm glad I didn't in a way. The house is interesting. The house, the log cabin, was the first log cabin ever built in Fukui, and he got it moved to his farm, ultimately for educational purposes. So in exchange, he hosts basically students and anywhere from elementary school all the way up to adults there for learning about farm life and everything else. And his wife sits on the Japanese Farm Life Association or something, where and she's in Tokyo right now. And the president of this association actually has a little cottage, little place right next door. So they have a whole educational program tied to their farm. The only way they've grown it is from word of mouth, word of mouth, word of mouth. And so, and I talked about my challenges. You know, my goal is to own land, and my wife wants to live in a friggin', you know, suburb. I think it's only because she doesn't know any different, right? So I got time. I'm gonna pull in here and see what's going on with the clover. They cut it. A bunch of clover. Now I don't know if they're cutting because they're harvesting the clover, or are they cutting because they're going to build in here, but I'm going to pull in here and see. I got time. What's going on? I'll make another video.